it's about just continue to work, stay positive, and be aggressive. Things tend to change pretty quick in this game, and you see it every day in different clubs, and we just need to get, our head above water, and things could change. I'm disappointed the way we have played these 3 days, because we have gotten a good crowd here. I mean, our fans have come out these 3 days to support us, and we haven't played our best baseball for them.
Is this the day to turn their season around, or do they simply slump even further into despair? It's the finale of a 4-game series between the Tribe and the Baltimore Orioles right here on STO. Hi again, everyone. Matt Underwood alongside Rick Manning. For 3 games and 8 innings yesterday, the Indians offense managed a total of just 3 runs. Then in the 9th inning, they got up off the mat, rallied for 3 runs, but ultimately fell 1 run short.
Well, it was a little late, but Santana got going. He hit a 2-run home run and got him on the board, gave him a little energy. They really had nothing to cheer about. Hafner comes up, pinch hits, gets a base hit. They had opportunities in the 9th inning. They just couldn't pull it off. They did score 3 runs. They made it a 1-run ball game. They murdered the Orioles in Baltimore, scoring 32 runs in that 4-game series. But the big difference, look at the average with runners in scoring position. They are not hitting here. They certainly did when they were in Baltimore.
Well, if the Indians are to avoid being swept in this 4-game series by Baltimore, they'll need a good start from their ace, Justin Masterson, as we take a look at our Nissan road-ahead pitching matchup.
Well, Justin pitched a great game against the Orioles down in Baltimore. Hopefully he can follow that ball game up against them again this time. In his last start against Tampa, for the 3rd time this year, he did not go out 5 innings. So he walked 7 guys. Hopefully the real Justin Masterson will show up. He's pitching against Tommy Hunter tonight, who was at 500. He came in out of the bullpen and gave up 5 runs in an inning and 2/3, and it was sent out the next day.
Get to a Nissan dealer for special offers on innovation that excites. The Orioles have the best improvement in road ERA of any team in baseball from last year to this year. Their ERA on the road is down 1.25 runs from a year ago. Indians, Orioles, Game 4. It's coming up next right here on STO. It'll be a warm one tonight at the ballpark. Game time temperature going to be right around 92 degrees. Hot all day long here in northeastern Ohio. Indians O's put the ribbon on their season series here this afternoon or this evening as the Baltimore gang goes for their 6th consecutive win. Indians trying to avoid a 5th straight loss. Buck Showalter starting 9 brought to you by Kia. Nick Markakis leads it off. Then Endy Chavez gets the start in left field in the 2-hole. Jim Thome batting 3rd. Then Adam Jones, followed by Matt Wieters and Wilson Betemit. Chris Davis batting 7th. Ryan Flaherty having a good series, hits 8th. And Omar Quintanilla makes his first start as an Oriole.
Well, Justin Masterson on the mound for the Indians, brought to you by MLB.com at Bat 12. Follow the Indians everywhere. Masterson 6-8 this year, and he struggled in his last start throwing strikes. He walked 7. But now on July 1st against the Orioles, pitched a much better game. 7 innings, 5 hits. He allowed 2 runs, 1 earned, and he did not walk anybody and struck out 7. That's going to be a key for him tonight. Let's look at the defense behind him this evening. It looks like this. In left field, it's Damon. Center is Brantley. Right is Chu. Hanahan at third. Cabrera at short. Kipnis at second. Kochman at first with Santana behind the plate.
Larry Vanover will call the balls and strikes. Dan Bellino at first. The crew chief, Jerry Lane, at second. And Vic Carapazza is down at third. With his start today, Justin Masterson will move into a tie for the league lead with his 21st start of the year. And his first pitch line to left. Johnny Damon there. He's got it. 1 pitch, 1 out. Our stat of the game brought to you by your Northern Ohio GMC dealers. And against the Orioles in his last 3 times, he's been perfect.
Well, I like that walk to strikeout ratio right there, and I think that's one big key for Justin. Stay command with that fastball.
Andy Chavez getting the start. He has 1 hit in the series and 1 at bat. And he doubled.
Well, Buck trying to get another left-handed bat in the lineup against Masterson because he's much tougher against right-handers where they hit just .218. And when you look at Justin this year, his record's the same at home and on the road, 3-4, both home and road. But his ERA is almost 2 runs better here in this ballpark.
And when we were showing some of the highlights of his pitching against the Orioles in Baltimore, it looked like, Rick, in that game, the fastball set everything up, but the slider was his out pitch.
Yeah,
down and into those left-handed hitters.
When he can spot that slider and keeps it tight, it's awfully good.
Fastball ran up and away, 2-2. Swung on and missed. Chavez strikes out, 2 down.
Well, you can see that shadow out there. Masterson's partway in the sun, but that's a good fastball in there. You can see the movement going down. When I first saw it, I thought it might have been a slider, and he tied up Chavez. He's got to take a walk back to the bench.
Now Jim Thome, swing and a miss. Thome's had a good series here in Cleveland, going 5 for 13 with a couple of home runs.
You know, this first inning, he's throwing 90, 91. That was 93. Remember in Tampa, he was 96, 97 in the first inning. That's throwing through the break where that ball can't move like he normally does. And he sits pretty well here between 91 and 93.
Right back to the screen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just underway here at Progressive Field. The 2-2 to Thome. Just a bit outside and a full count. Adam Jones would be next. Payoff pitch. Strike 3 called. Masterson strikes out a pair of birds. The O's go 1-2-3. The Indians coming to bat. All right, we go to the bottom of the first, and let's take a look at the Indians starting lineup, brought to you by Progressive Insurance, proud to be the official auto insurance provider of the Cleveland Indians. Shin-Soo Choo leading it off then as Drupal Cabrera and Jason Kipnis. Michael Brantley batting cleanup, and Carlos Santana starting to heat up, bats fifth. Travis Hafner will DH and bat sixth. Then it's Johnny Damon, Casey Kochman, and Jack Hanahan.
It'll be Tommy Hunter on the mound for Baltimore tonight. He just turned 26 on July 3rd. He will be making his 15th start this year. He is 4-4. He came over to the Orioles last year in the trade along with Chris Davis for Koji Uehara, who went to Texas. They were looking for bullpen help. He did pitch against the Indians earlier this year, and they roughed him up. 5 runs in an inning and 2/3. Sent out the next day, but back up and coming off a start against the Twins where he went 7 1/3 innings and allowed just 1 run. That was a home run to Josh Willingham.
Shin-Soo Choo looks at a first pitch strike. Choo 3 for 11 in the series. His .343 batting average against right-handed pitchers, 5th best in the American League. Fouled back 1-2. Grounded to third, right at Wilson Betemit, who flips it over to Chris Davis for out number 1.
Let's take a look at that O's Home Depot defense tonight. Chavez in left, Jones in center, Markakis in right. Betemit at third, Quintanilla is at short tonight getting the start there. Flaherty at second, Davis at first, Wieters behind the plate. More savings, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot.
Orioles have committed a league-high 80 errors on the year, but they have yet to commit a miscue in this series.
Well, they've made some miscues. They weren't considered errors. Guys not covering on a couple double play balls, that gave the Indians some extra outs. But you're right, they haven't been in the error column.
As Drupal Cabrera, just 1 for 12 in the series. In the air to center, Adam Jones. 2 down. That will bring up Jason Kipnis for the Tribe. Well, some trade deadline activity starting to heat up in the American League. The Detroit Tigers have taken over the top spot in the division. They have reportedly made a deal that would net them Anibal Sanchez from the Marlins, along with Omar Infante, utility infielder who played for a long time in Detroit. So that's certainly a move that will help the Tigers and bolster their pitching. The big trade that has taken place today, reportedly Ichiro Suzuki traded by the Seattle Mariners to the New York Yankees for a couple of minor league pitching prospects. The Yankees just designated Dwayne Wise for assignment. As Kipnis bounces to first, it gets away from Davis, but right there on the ricochet is Tommy Hunter to finish the play. So that'll go 3-1 inadvertently on the putout. Indians baseball is brought to you by McDonald's Cherry Berry Chiller. Cherry and raspberry flavors blended with ice and 100% fruit juice. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. Inning number 2, Adam Jones, Matt Wieters, Wilson Betemeet due up for Baltimore. Justin Masterson with a 1-2-3 first, couple of strikeouts. Adam Jones just 2 for 11 in the series, but he is tied for 6th in the American League in hits and runs scored. Having a terrific season. Low and away with a fastball from Masterson, who began the night 7th in the American League in innings pitched. So he truly has been that workhorse at the front end of the rotation. Jones rips it by Hanahan down the line. Extra bases potentially here. Damon bobbles it in the corner, and Jones easily glides into second base with a leadoff double.
Well, he tries to run that fastball in, and the quickness of Jones, he bites that ball off, man, and drilled it down the line. Gets it past Hanahan and cruises into second base. His 22nd double.
It didn't have that downward darting action either. It looked like it stayed up.
I know it. He was quick on it inside, though.
Here's Matt Wieters, switch hitting Baltimore catcher. Had the day off yesterday. Wieters' 1 hit in the series. That 1 hit was a double. Interesting thing about that Yankees trade with Seattle. New York is in Seattle playing the Mariners.
Wow.
So Ichiro won't even have to leave the park and just walk across to the other.
That is going to be a strange feeling. And now, I was thinking about that trade, too. Ichiro's a 10-5 guy. So he could have, said no to that deal.
He gave his blessing.
Yes, indeed.
The 0-2 swung on and missed. Masterson with his 3rd strikeout already here tonight.
Boy, he went up and, worked over Wieters pretty well, pretty easily.
Sounds like, Rick, he's going to bat 9th in that Yankees lineup.
Well, he's not going to move Jeter out of the number 1 hole. I know that. It's a good spot for him in that lineup, I would think.
And you'd have to think he'll go to right, Swisher will go to left.
Yeah, I would think so. Ichiro, multi-gold glove winner.
Wilson Betemeet 3 for 10 with a homer in the series. Santana wanted to throw it back towards second base, but Jones quickly scampered back. Boy, for so many years, it was just thought unthinkable that Seattle could or would entertain the possibility of trading Ichiro. The face of that franchise for so many years.
Well, he's going to be a free agent at the end of the year, and maybe they felt they were going to have some problems or issues signing him and felt it would be better off just maybe moving him before the deadline. And if they really want him back, they could always go back and sign him back with the Japanese ownership over there. So who knows? I would think that it's done. He would be done in Seattle after all that time.
And again,
I don't see him coming back.
Again, he's 38 years old, too.
Right. And he has certainly slowed down, and he's normal. He's human.
The 2-1. Betemeet right back to Masterson. He's got Jones hung up between second and third. Hanahan runs him back. And now Hanahan.
Wow, what a job getting in that rundown.
Stayed in a long time, but he's finally tagged out by Cabrera. And Betemeet never able to advance to second base.
Well, yeah, he never even looked to go to second. That guy, he did his job getting in that rundown.
Watch Jones. And I thought Hanahan gave it up too quickly right there. So he let him go back to third. That's when Betamit should have been going to second. And then they made an extra throw. Way too many throws, but they're able to get out of it because Betamit never tried to go to second. Watch him. He just stood there and he was watching the play. A little too late there, Wilson. I thought Jones did a really good job for getting caught off with Masterson catching that ball.
I think that goes 5-6, 5-4-6 after Masterson started it.
Yeah, Justin did the right thing. He got it. He gave it up to Jack Hanahan. I just thought Jack gave it up a little too quickly. You got to run him all the way back to the bag. One throw and a tag is the way you want it done.
But the end result is 2 down and a runner at first. Chris Davis, a .261 hitter on the year. He's 3 for 11 in the series.
Is that an area code?
Swung on and missed. A ball and 2 strikes. Masterson strikes him out. Justin has whiffed 4 in 2 innings of work. No score, middle of the second. No score, bottom of the second inning. For the Indians, Brantley, Santana, and Hafner coming up. Michael Brantley, a .295 average on the year. 2 for 11 in the series. Tommy Hunter deals. And a fastball for strike 1. Well, missed a little low with it, 1-1. Inside corner. And Brantley falls behind 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That was a little cut fastball. Hunter can get it up there 93 to 95 with that cutter at 90, and I'm sure he's got the breaking ball.
The 1-2 missed outside. Hunter deals. And Brantley spoils it to stay alive.
Boy, that's about all you could do with that pitch. Foul it off to live for one more.
Shattered the bat. And that almost came back fair.
I'm surprised he sort of didn't wait back because Michael wasn't going down to see if it did hit the bag, but he decided to pick it up. That's the cutter coming in. Gets his bat. It's a good pitch to left-handers because they think it's that straight fastball, but at the last minute, it's got that little run to it or a cut to it coming in on your hands.
Big bouncer. This stays fair. Davis stays with it. He'll flip to Hunter. And that's out number 1. Our great clip of the game from yesterday comes from Carlos Santana, who got the Indians on the board with his 2-run homer in the 9th. Great clips. It's going to be great. And Santana in the series has gone 4 for 8 with 2 doubles and a home run. So starting to show some signs of coming out of his slump offensively.
Well, as we've talked many times, when you come out of it, you don't do it overnight. It takes a while. It takes a number of days to just feel comfortable, get your confidence back, and just at bat after at bat, of really just feeling good about yourself.
He was starting to draw a number of walks, though. You think back to the series in Tampa. He was starting to draw some walks. He's tied for 3rd in the American League with 58 walks on the year. Well, maybe that was kind of a sign that maybe he's starting to see the ball a little better.
Well, I liked it when he's not swinging at the first pitch. He got into a habit there of swinging at the first pitch a number of times, whether it was a ball or a strike. And when you're starting to see the ball better, you're not afraid to swing or hit with 2 strikes. Brantley proves that all year long.
Santana showed bunt because Betamit, third baseman, all the way over at shortstop with the shift on with less than 2 strikes. Count 2-1 for Santana.
Good pitch.
Caught the corner, and it evens the count of 2-2. And Hunter strikes out Santana, 2 down. First strikeout for the Orioles right-hander. This was the other trade that we were talking about. Reportedly, the Tigers will get Anibal Sanchez, right-handed starter, and Omar Infante. And they gave up a couple of prospects and right-hander Jacob Turner.
Jacob Turner's the guy they just called up, and he's made a couple starts for him recently, I believe.
Travis Hafner looks at a strike. He missed with that one, and it's 1-1. Hafner came off the bench in the 9th yesterday with a pinch hit RBI single. Called a strike inside corner. Hafner doesn't like it. Now he's down on the count of 1-2. Slicing foul out of play. Miami, who made that trade, is at home tonight against Atlanta. And there are also reports that Atlanta has made a deal with Chicago for Ryan Dempster, although there's nothing official on that.
Oh, rumors flying with a week to go.
Broken bat, bouncer, third baseman Betameet flips it over, and the Tribe goes 1-2-3. 2 in the books, no score. Just a reminder as you enjoy a cold one, stay tuned later in the game for Miller Time, brought to you by Miller Lite. For Baltimore, Ryan Flaherty, Omar Quintanilla, and Nick Markakis coming up. Flaherty 3 out of 11 in the series, cuts and misses. Line drive single to center for Flaherty, his 4th hit in the series, and the Orioles get their leadoff man aboard for the 2nd inning in a row. And we told you yesterday that Roberto Hernandez has joined the Indians ball club, though he'll be suspended for the next 3 weeks. And with more on his progress, here's Katie Witham.
Well, guys, Roberto Hernandez actually threw his first bullpen session with the Indians this morning. He threw all of his pitches in a 30-pitch session. Both manager Manny Acta and bullpen coach Dave Miller told me they were really impressed with the command that he showed, and they could tell immediately that he's worked very hard with the pitching coaches down in the Dominican Republic. And, guys, they expect him to make a start in their minor leagues as early as this Thursday.
Well, I know he can't wait to get back into action.
Yeah, Manny Acta said basically they give him a couple of days to kind of acclimate himself and then, boom, jump right in, start pitching in the minor leagues. Omar Quintanilla batting 9th. Hanahan in at 3rd, looking for a bunt. Quintanilla unloads foul down into the seats.
Here's a guy they went after to get because Roberts is hurt and he has hip problems, so they really didn't have a guy to play second base except Flaherty. Today, Quintanilla is playing short, but he can play second or shortstop. I remember we played Colorado when he was out there playing shortstop for him. He had a good series against us.
Showing bunt there, pulled it back at the last second and takes the ball.
That's a good thing. That's what you do when you're bunting. You bunt strikes. He waited to the last possible second and pulled it back.
You're talking about Quintanilla. Look at that, 6 for 11 in his career against the Indians. And he had a 3-hit game in Colorado against the Indians a few years ago, and that's a career high for him. Hits this one to right field. Back goes Chu. Right in front of the track, he pulls it down. 1 away. Take a look at the trivia question today, brought to you by AT&T. Name the two men who have played in both an NCAA basketball Final Four and a Major League Baseball World Series. A Final Four and a Fall Classic. 1 on, 1 out for Nick Markakis, who lined the left his first time up.
I think I got this one covered.
Yeah?
Uh-huh. I think. I could be wrong.
I didn't know he played basketball. Huh. All right. Markakis again goes to left field. Damon back. Still going back. Over the shoulder catch. 2 down and back to first goes Flaherty in a hurry. He was all the way to second base.
Yeah, a couple of balls hit right on the nose. Damon going, backtracking, and finally catches it. He's saying, yeah, I bet that ball was bobbling a little bit by the time it goes into his glove because he got turned around. And now he's got to go over, and he makes the catch. He righted himself.
And Endy Chavez, who struck out his first time up, will step to the plate. Slow chopper to first. Kochman has an easy play. And we'll go to the bottom of the third. No score. No score, bottom of the third. For the Indians, bottom third of the order. And a strike to Damon. 1-1 the count. Liner to short, snared by Quintanilla. And we've got one out here in the third. Our league leaders brought to you by your Cleveland Akron area Lexus dealers. Baltimore rolling here, 28-22. You see Buck Showalter kind of flipping his hands. No one ever signaled. The umpires never made a call.
That's what he's looking at. He's looking down at the umpire saying, what's going on, man? He caught it in the air.
I'm assuming that was the out call, but nobody ever signaled yes or no. Usually they'll give you the the kind of the safe sign if it hits the ground.
They should, unless they just felt he caught it. I mean, we saw he caught it. Maybe they felt everybody else did too, and they didn't have to make a call.
Casey Kochman 1 for 8 in the series. And a little bit outside 2-0. Kochman to first. Davis can't handle it. And Kochman aboard. That potentially is the first error of the series.
No, that's a hit. He hit that ball right on the nose. That had some top spin to it. It was a do or die. He hit that ball at home. Let's watch it again. He, on his side. He tried to lay it. I know it.
Okay.
He's trying to cover first before he had it.
I'm saying if that's a shortstop, that's called an error.
If it is a shortstop, you're right. It is an error. It might have been an error at every other position except that one.
Here's Jack Hanahan, 3 for 7 in the series. Backs away, ball 1. Hanahan with a fly ball deep down the right side, but foul. Baltimore is trying to sweep the Indians in a 4-game series in Cleveland for the first time since Baltimore had 4 20-game winners on their staff.
70?
1971.
71, all right.
Cuellar, Dobson, Palmer, and
McNally.
Yep. That was the end of September 1971 when they came to Cleveland and swept a 4-gamer. Oakland finished a 4-game sweep of the Yankees yesterday at home. First time they'd ever swept New York in a 4-gamer. But with that win, Oakland is now 51-44. And they are tied for the, well, they're just a half game behind L.A. for the wild card spot in the American League. The Angels 52-44 coming in to play tonight. Hanahan flips one over to left, but right there is Chavez, 2 down. Injury report today brought to you by Elk & Elk. Serious Lawyers for Serious. Call 1-800-ELK-OHIO. And for the Washington Nationals, they lose shortstop Ian Desmond. He tore the oblique muscle, and he's having a terrific year. Look at that, 17 home runs and 53 driven in. And that's probably a huge loss for Washington.
Yes, it certainly is.
You normally don't replace your middle of the diamond guys that easily. Speaking of the Nationals, they lead the Mets 2-0 in the second inning as that ball goes all the way to the backstop, and down to second goes Casey Kochman. Take another look.
This may be a pass ball. Yeah, that goes off the end of the glove. That was that little cutter coming in. It goes off of the glove of Wieters. I'm sure they're going to give it a pass ball.
That puts a runner in scoring position, and the Indians just 2 for 20 in the series with a runner in scoring position. Chu looking for that big 2-out RBI hit. High drive, right field. Back is Markakis, still going back. He's out of room. It's out of here. Shin-Soo Choo with his 12th home run of the year. And it puts the Indians on top 2-0. And that is the 22nd home run allowed this year by Tommy Hunter.
Well, Choo got on top of a fastball here. They wanted to run it inside. And I'll tell you, he put a nice swing on it. Sometimes it's hard to get on top of it, but he hit it high and hit it deep. He gave him just a little too much swinging room and let him get the barrel head of that bat out there. And that thing just kept carrying. Look at Markakis keep going back and says, I can't catch up to that one. It's a 2-0 Cleveland lead.
And it brings up his dribble Cabrera, who shows bunt, takes a strike. So the Indians will play from in front. And Cabrera, one hop smash to short. That drilled Quintanilla. And Cabrera aboard with the third hit of the inning for the Indians.
That ball was smoked. I mean, he had to get in front of it, and that had to hurt. Because that ball, I mean, you talk about on the nose. Watch this one. That short hop. That thing took a hop up on him, too. He had no choice. That thing jumped higher than he thought it was. He thought it was going to stay down, and, ooh, ouch. Looked like he took it in the chest.
Either the chest or the left bicep. Either way, he's going to have a bruise tomorrow.
Yeah, he will. Yeah, that's tough to get in front of that ball. He hammered it. Third hit in the inning.
They're just giving Quintanilla a moment to gather himself out at short. As Wieters goes back behind home plate, Jason Kipnis coming up. So 3 hard hit balls in the inning for the Indians. Not to mention Johnny Damon, a liner to short that was caught for an out. And now Kipnis fouls it out of play to the left.
Nice thing about that hit, 2 outs.
Yeah.
2 out hits get an offense going.
Kipnis with a ground ball to third. Betemeet scoops it up. Goes to second for the inning-ending force. But Shin-Soo Choo gets the Tribe on the board first with a 2-out, 2-run homer. We go to the fourth inning. And for Baltimore, Jim Thome will lead it off. Thome called out on strikes his first time up. And he cuts and misses for strike one here. There again, that was that pitch that acts almost like a changeup for Masterson, and you'll see hitters out in front of it. He doesn't throw a true changeup, but every once in a while, he'll take a little off his fastball, and it just has hitters flailing away. The 1-1.
Yeah.
And Thome just takes it the other way for a base hit.
You know, it's amazing if you're up there as a hitter, and Tome's been a pull hitter his whole life. If you just take what the team gives you, you know, what that pitcher's going to give you. They're pulling him over. They want him to try and pull the ball. Well, the ball's away, so go ahead and slap it that way. It was up, and it was a flat sinker. He didn't have good downward movement, but, I mean, there's a lot of left-handed hitters in this game now where everybody shifts over. Take your base hit if you're leading off an inning, and he does. He's had a good series.
Third straight inning, the Orioles had their leadoff man aboard. And now Adam Jones, who doubled past Hanahan at third his first time up. Swung on and missed. Jones back in the second inning got one of those flat sinkers, but as a right-handed hitter, he was able to turn on it and yanked it down the line for a two-bagger.
You know, it seems like it happens once a game with Justin on the mound. There's that one pitch, whether it's a big slider he gets underneath or a sinker that he throws, and it always goes to the backstop. He leads the league 11 wild pitches this year.
There's a perfect pitch. 1-2 the count on Adam Jones. I mean, if you're Jones, you see one go almost to the backstop, and then the next one is painted on the outside corner at the knees, and you've got no chance. Popped him up. Chu sprinting in.
Well, he had to. He got a poor jump on it.
One away. And here's Katie with him.
Well, Matt, our next Dollar Dog Night will be this Thursday. $1 hot dogs all night long. We're also going to have some great baseball with the Detroit Tigers in town. It's all courtesy of Sugardale. Log on to Indians.com and get your tickets now.
Big series coming up. Indians Tigers. It starts tomorrow night. Matt Wieters struck out his first time up. And looks at a ball down and in. Tigers probably just about boarding their plane in the Motor City, and they'll be flying down here.
Yeah, they're off today. You're right. That's about it.
Hit to first. Kochman will go to second. There's one. Cabrera's return throw. Plenty of time. An inning-ending double play. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. 2-0 Cleveland. First Indians game, and so far so good. Thanks to Shin-Soo Choo's 2-run homer. Tribe on top, trying to snap a 4-game skid. Here in the home half of the 4th inning, it'll be Brantley, Santana, and Hafner. Brantley, a bouncer to first his first time up. And Michael sends a liner to center, and Adam Jones reaches up to grab it for out number 1. Debuting tomorrow night on Sports Time Ohio is a brand new show, Cover Lines, telling the stories of Ohio sports that you want to hear. Host Jim Donovan will take you to Columbus, where Urban Meyer has found the balance between family and coaching. Plus, you can learn more about Olympic powerlifter Holly Mangold as she prepares for the London Olympics. And finally, find out how some Chardon alumni raise money for the shooting victims at the high school. Cover Lines, Tuesday night at 11:30, right here on STO. Carlos Santana struck out his first time up. Liner deep left field. Chavez won't get that one. Short hops the wall. Santana cruising into second base with a 1-out double. His 5th hit in the series and his 3rd double.
Well, starting to use the opposite field. Staying on baseballs more, hitting the ball where it's pitched. That's a good sign. That is a good sign to come out of anything that ails you. This is going to be our McDonald's. I'm loving it. And for Santana, that is his 16th double, a 1-out double. Did that yesterday from the right side, now tonight from the left. That's a really good sign.
Here's Proc, grounded to third his first time up. And takes the ball down and in.
He got deep into the kitchen of Pronk in that first at bat.
Ripped foul. 1 ball, 1 strike on Hafner. And that misses up high. 2 balls and a strike. High fly ball deep to left. Chavez back. He's there. He'll make the catch. Santana will tag. He's going to try to go to third. And the relay's not in time. 2 down.
Well, get your tickets for the Gaylord Perry bobblehead giveaway, which will take place Sunday, August 12th against the Boston Red Sox. And the first 15,000 fans through the gates will take home a bobblehead of the 72 Cy Young Award winner. Log on to Indians.com for your tickets.
Johnny Damon, a liner to short his first time up. Bounce to second base, and Ryan Flaherty throws out Damon. 4 complete. It's the Indians 2 and the Orioles nothing. Brought to you by Panini's with 17 locations in Northeast Ohio. By Levin's, home of the Sealy Posturepedic mattress made right here in Northeast Ohio. By Kia, Cleveland.com. And by First Merit Bank. Tribe with a 2-0 lead as we go to the 5th inning. Justin Masterson facing Wilson Betamit. And a first pitch strike.
Well, he's been good. 9 out of his first 14 hitters he's faced, 3 pitches or less. You like that out of the big man. Usually he'll take you deep into the game if he goes early. And
Betamit deep and fouled on the right side. Well, you said it when we faced this club in Baltimore, when Masterson pitched against them in Baltimore. Good matchup because they're an aggressive swinging team. And Masterson, you know, for the most part, throws a lot of strikes when he's
on his game.
You know.
Yes, it is a good matchup for him because with that sinker, if you get outs early in the game.
Damon on the move, running catch, hangs on, rolls over, and he still has it. Oh, that's a heck of a play by Johnny Damon. He had to go a long way, and then he got to it, and the only question is, would the ball stay in his glove?
You're right, because he comes down hard, and that ball's slicing away off the bat on a left-hander. Goes into his glove. It's like a snow cone. I thought it was going to bounce out when you hit your knee like that and jar it. But he must have had a pretty good grasp of it because it stayed right there in the glove, and he's watching it all the way. Please replace your divots. And he made a nice running catch.
He's played the outfield with the enthusiasm of a little kid out there.
Well, think about it. What did he play? 8 or 9 times there all last year?
Yeah.
He was the DH for Tampa, and you know, I give him credit. His arm isn't what it once was, and it's not very good. But he gets out there and he gets after it.
You get everything he has.
That's right. He gives you. You can't ask for anything more. People think you go out there and it's easy to play the outfield. Well, I'm going to tell you something, folks. When major leaguers are up there swinging it and hitting it hard, it's not easy.
Wow, that's a heck of a job by Masterson to quickly dispose of Chris Davis. He struck him out twice tonight. 5th K for Masterson.
Second straight time he's gotten him with the slider.
And it brings up Ryan Flaherty, who lined a single to center his first time up. Another pitch on the inside corner for a called strike. 1-2 the count. Slider down and in, and it hit him. So had him down on the count with 2 strikes. And with 2 outs, he puts him aboard, and they'll face Omar Quintanilla.
Tried to throw that slider down and in like he did to Davis and just held on to it a little too long, and it ends up catching, I think, the back foot. Well, one of the two. And Flaherty will take his base with 2 outs.
Omar Quintanilla flied to right. His only time up. Flaherty, the runner at first base, with 2 down here in the 5th. The pitch drilled to left center. That's in the gap. This could be trouble. Brantley going to chase it all the way to the wall. Flaherty coming around third. He's going to be waved home. He'll score without a throw, and the Orioles make Masterson pay for the one mistake really he's made here tonight.
Oh, they sure did. 2 strikes, and he hits the batter with 2 outs, and then Quintanilla follows up his first double since coming here, actually his first hit with the Mets. Plugs the gap in left center field. This guy sees an Indians uniform, and he just instantly starts hitting. So a 2-out double gets Baltimore on the board, cuts the lead in half. It is now 2-1.
Downstairs to Nick Markakis for ball 1. And that's low and away. 2 balls, no strikes. And he walks him on 4 straight. So Masterson, who was just cruising along, had Flaherty down on the count with 2 strikes. He hit him. And the RBI double by Quintanilla. A 4-pitch walk to Markakis. And now Scott Radinsky making a trip to the mound. And Masterson, 60 pitches now on the night. Take a look at our minor league report. Brought to you by University Hospitals. Corey Kluber went 6 innings. Struck out 7, allowed a couple of runs. 6-1 in his last 8 starts for the Clippers. Endy Chavez 0 for 2 tonight. He has struck out, grounded out. Man, he's just lost the strike zone here. 2-0 now to Chavez has not 6 straight balls for Masterson.
See, all of a sudden, at times this happens to Justin where he just loses that slot. And he hasn't made the adjustment. All of the pitches have been on the fastballs inside. He's had a good slider in this inning, and he was 0-2 count on the 8th hitter before he ends up hitting him. And then the double, and then 4 straight pitches for a walk, and 3 more. And now he's got to come back with another one.
2 on, 2 out. Top foul. And a full count. The runners will be off on the 3-2 pitch. Chavez with a liner to first, caught by Kochman to end the inning. Hard hit ball, but the O's strand a pair after getting on the board for the first time tonight. Indians on top as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Casey Kochman, Jack Hanahan, Shin-Soo Choo due up. Kochman singled and scored ahead of Choo's homer in the 3rd.
We'll see if they can come back and answer that run that Baltimore put on.
Curveball popped him up. Betamit, the third baseman, makes the catch, 1 away. Game recap brought to you by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. In the 3rd, Shin-Soo Choo hammered a 2-run homer, his 12th of the year, to give the Indians the 2-0 lead. But Omar Quintanilla with an RBI double, his first hit as an Oriole, to get the Birds on the board. Find out about more than 30 Toyota offers available now at buyatoyota.com.
You know, after you've been out there and they score, that's not how you want to make an out on that first pitch breaking ball and not hit it well and pop it up to the infield. You really, I mean, if you go after the fastball, I have no problem with it. It's that breaking ball you don't want to swing at first pitch, even if it is a strike.
Hanahan takes a fastball for a strike. 0-2 the count. Ran the fastball up above the letters. Second strikeout for Hunter, 2 down in the 5th.
Send along some birthday wishes tonight. Donald Furman of Warren is 73. Donald, happy birthday. Lev Wallach of Cleveland Heights, 65. Happy birthday to you. And also Natalie Atkins is turning 8 tonight down in Ashland. Happy birthday, Natalie.
Chu tried to bunt back to the screen. Boy, close pitch. And it's called a ball, 1-1. Funny how things can change. At 1 o'clock today, Mark Bowman of MLB.com was reporting that Ryan Dempster was going to Atlanta. It was a done deal.
Where's he, in L.A.?
At 6:20, John Heyman of CBS Sports is reporting the deal has a 50-50 chance of happening. Chu deep to center. What a catch by Jones. Adam Jones goes to the wall, slammed into it hard, held on for the final out. Indians with a 2-1 lead as we move to inning number 6. And Jim Thome a swing and a miss. Thome a base hit his last time up. He has swung and missed at the first pitch all 3 times up here tonight.
He took the base hit the other way, though. They were giving it to him.
Was looking that way again, but it's fouled off. 1-2. Close, but a little bit inside, and they count 2-2 on the Orioles DH Jim Thome. Grounded to second base, where Asdrubal Cabrera on the shift is able to make the play. Off the bat, it looked like Chu might have had another home run.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been out, but it's a nice catch by Jones right there going into the wall. Straight away center field. He used the big part of the ballpark, and if it stays in, center fielder should get it, and Jones does.
He's 1 for 2 tonight.
Yeah, this wouldn't be a good guy to bunt on if you're right-handed, because that ball can run inside on you like it does right there.
Outside 2-0. Fastball in there, and it's 2-1. This will be pitch number 75 for Justin. 46 of his 74 have been strikes to this point. Right back up the middle and by a diving Kipnis. Second hit tonight for Jones. Sometimes the ball hits the mound and it helps you. That time it looked like it picked up a little extra steam maybe.
Well, that's because he smoked it. He hit it so hard. That hit on the top of the mound. That didn't hit off the side to maybe deflect it toward Kipnis. It just popped it up a little bit. Kipnis gave it a good effort, but that ball was smoked into center field. Hit number 5 for the Orioles and number 2 for Jones.
1 on, 1 out for Matt Wieters, who grounded into a double play his last time up. And it's fouled back.
With Masterson on the mound, they have caught 7 base stealers this year out of 23, which is pretty good. For the big right-hander, you think it'd be a little easier to run on him, but it's not. Baltimore, though, not a base stealing team. They only have 32, last in the league.
This is the guy who can run.
Yes, if he picks it and you don't pay attention to him, he can get one.
Jones draws a throw, back with a dive.
That's the one guy in this lineup that you will throw over a couple times just to keep him honest and let him know that hey, we're watching.
Bounce to first again. Kochman to second. Cabrera back to first. Another, I think, double play. Make a call. There it is. The Wieters must have missed the bag. Maybe that's why Dan Bellino waited so long. He was waiting for Masterson to touch the bag. Maybe Wieters never touched it himself. He didn't. drive as we go to the bottom of the sixth. Take another look at the inning-ending double play. Watch Matt Wieters and watch his foot. Just as it gets to the bag, does he kick it with his toe?
Well, he took a while to call. Justin misses the bag, and let's see if he comes up and hits it. Wow, look at that camera work. Yes, he did. He was actually safe on that shot.
But from where Dan Bellino was standing, there's no way he could have seen his toe.
I know. I mean, that's
maybe
how close.
He could have, but
that's
he was
bang,
looking right at it.
And it looked like he did step on Masterson's foot because he missed the bag, and I bet he felt he missed it because he waited to make the call. And Justin again stepped on the bag after he went by. So that was a really close play by a fraction.
As Drupal Cabrera looks at a ball down low.
Once again, we have the opportunity to show it in slow motion where he sees it full speed. And so it's that's a tough play.
Has to be one of the hardest plays for an umpire when a guy's trying to kick and feel for the bag, and you get the guy bearing down full speed.
Well, I'll tell you what I like what he did. He didn't make the call. He sort of hesitated until he put everything in focus and he looked, and he really believed that Wieters missed the bag. And that's why he called him out, because then Masterson went back and stepped on it. Buck came out, had his say, and, it was close. Tough play.
Missed inside with it. At the knees. And 2-2 the count for Cabrera. And as Drupal strikes out, that's 3 Ks for Tommy Hunter. 1 down here in the 6th. And he is now retired 6 in a row. All right, the answer to the AT&T trivia question here tonight. I thought Kenny Lofton.
My first guess was Tim Stoddard, a guy that used to be with Baltimore.
Wow.
Both of them?
And how about Redbird tells us that Kenny Lofton and Tim Stoddard from the same hometown went to the same high school in East Chicago, Indiana.
Get out of here. Tim Stoddard was like 6'8".
Big guy, I remember, yeah.
He was a relief pitcher for the Orioles. I remember he did, so we both got him. Huh? You said Lofton, I said Stoddard. That's pretty good.
I guess I just didn't remember Tim Stoddard being a basketball player.
Well, I do because it was in my era, so.
Line down the left field line. Oh, Chavez couldn't get it. It skips by him. And into second base with a 1-out double is Jason Kipnis.
Second double of the night. Kipnis gets his first hit.
Scorched by Jason.
Yeah, he hit it well, slicing away from Chavez. He thought he was going to get it. That ball kept slicing away, and he reached up for it, just couldn't grab it. So the 1-out double gives Brantley and Santana an opportunity now.
Indians got it. A 2-out RBI hit with a runner in scoring position in the 3rd when Chu hit the 2-run homer. Santana had a 1-out double in the 4th, but Hafner and Damon couldn't get him home. Tommy Hunter about to make his 70th pitch of the night. One-0 pitch. In for a strike. The 1-1. Swung on and missed. It is something how Baltimore has completely remade their starting rotation from when we were in Baltimore just a few weeks ago.
Yeah, 3 weeks ago. We were there end of June and beginning of July. First couple of days.
If Tommy Hunter gets through this inning without allowing any more damage, this will be 6 straight quality starts for the Orioles rotation. And they're 5-0 with a 1.87 ERA in that span.
That's amazing. And that's after getting lunched on their first game of this road trip. Remember, they played 4 in Minnesota where they gave up 19 runs?
Yeah.
And they lost the next game and then came back, and they haven't lost since.
Hunter sets 2-2. And he strikes out Brantley. 4th K for Hunter, 2 down in the 6th.
Well, get your seats for fireworks coming on Friday, August 10th. The Red Sox will be in town, and the fireworks will be set to the music theme from A Summer of Love. That's the 67 Rock Festival at Haight-Ashbury out in San Francisco. So log on to Indians.com for your tickets. That's August 10th, Friday, against the Red Sox. Their first trip and only trip to Cleveland.
Santana skips out of the way.
Just knocks him out of his toe hold. And right here with first base open, the way Santana's been swinging the bat, I wouldn't give him much to hit.
Well, I'm thinking the same thing. He's 5 for 10 in the series with 3 doubles and a home run.
He swung the bat well, so I would just either go pound him inside. If you hit like that, you're okay. If you don't, you go away. See if he gets himself out.
Broken bat bouncer to first. Davis hangs with it, takes it himself, and the inning is over. 6 complete. Cleveland 2, Baltimore 1.
Next trip out here to the ballpark, make sure to check out and take advantage of the Indians' new transportation options. You can get a family pass in the RTA rail service that will cap your round trip for the whole family at just $10. $1 shuttles from Ohio City, and then also you can get guaranteed parking in the Gateway Garage. While you're out here at the ballpark, stop by the concession stands because the Indians also have classic combo deals. Those are brand new for you. You can get a hot dog, a Pepsi, and a popcorn, or a brat and a beer for just $8. If you want more information, you can log on to Indians.com right now and get it there, guys.
Two-1 Indians, 7th inning. Wilson Betemit will lead off for Baltimore. Smokes it to right. Betemit has 4 hits now in the series. And the Orioles have their leadoff man aboard for the 4th time today. Chris Davis struck out twice tonight. Will step in.
Well, he has had Davis's number on that slider down and in. Right there. All night long.
He's got him talking to himself now.
Well, I mean, when you're swinging at it and you're missing it, they're going to continue to put it there until you make an adjustment. You either take it and hope it's a ball, or you keep swinging at it and walk back to the dugout again. But I don't think he's going to see a fastball for a strike at all.
Fouled back, got a piece of it. Small victory.
It might be the first time. You're right. It is a small victory. He's going to come back and bury another one in there.
And Davis strikes out for the 3rd time tonight. He's got the hat trick. 1 down.
This time he went away with it. He says, all right, I'm going to throw it away this time. He's going to be looking in there for it. Just throws it away off the dish, swings at it. So for the 3rd time, that was a feeble swing there. It didn't even stride.
Ryan Flaherty hit by a pitch with 2 strikes and 2 outs in the 5th inning, and then he came around to score on an RBI double by Kochman, but foul.
Oh, boy, that was close. And that would have just got over the glove. See, Kochman coming off. Polino right there on the bag. I mean, he was right there. He got a good look at it. Just foul.
And Flaherty fouls that off his foot. It's 0-2. Weekly tap to second. Kipnis to Cabrera on to first. The 3rd double play of the night. The Indians defense has turned behind Justin Masterson. 7th inning stretch brought to you by the Cleveland Clinic's free walking program. Let's move it. Mondays at Progressive Field and the Metro Parks Zoo. Visit letsmoveit.org for more information. 2-1, bottom of the 7th inning as we get a look in from our Panini's camera. Stop by and get overstuffed at Panini's Bar and Grill. 2-run homer by Shin-Soo Choo in the 3rd, the only offense for the Indians here tonight. They've had a couple of one-out doubles since, but they've gone 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position since Choo's 2-out, 2-run homer in the 3rd inning. And it will be up to Tommy Hunter to try to keep the Indians at bay as Baltimore trails it by a single run. Hunter, 76 pitches on the night. He'll be facing Travis Hafner, Johnny Damon, and Casey Kochman.
Well, both these pitchers have really done a good job tonight. The Orioles have 6 hits. The Indians have 5. It's the 2-out, 2-run home run by Choo, the difference. Hunter and Masterson matched up in a dandy.
Hafner with a looper to short, and Quintanilla had to reach down and grab that. Well, the Choo home run means we raise a little bit more money for the Gathering Place. Every time the Indians homer, Rick and I donate $5. Great Clips donates $50. And we're at $52.80 on the year. Great needs, great deeds, great clips. Johnny Damon 0 for 2. And a fastball up high for ball 1. Damon rips it foul. Hey, coming up Monday, July 30th, Jimmy Hanlon, our buddy, is going to be hosting his first ever Celebrity Golf Classic, benefiting the Children's Hospital at the Cleveland Clinic. Austin Carr, Kevin Mack, Mike Hargrove, Elvis Gerbach, and many more have been invited to attend. All you have to do is call Stonewater Golf Club, 440-461-4653. And you can buy tickets for your group in the Jimmy Hanlon Celebrity Golf Classic.
You think Jimmy had scheduled that because he knew we were on the road?
Of course he did.
And he didn't have to invite us. Jimmy, thanks, pal. I thought we were tight.
Betamit goes to the line, off balance throw, not nearly in time. Johnny Damon beats it out for a 1-out infield single.
Well, he wouldn't have had him anyway. Damon still gets down the line pretty well. Slap it as soon as he makes a backhanded stab. He did everything in his power to get rid of it. But even a good strong throw would not have gotten him. Both teams now with 6 hits, and Damon has his first. This would be a good time for Johnny to run as well.
I was thinking he's got 4 steals, and you're struggling offensively.
Let me see Hunter.
He takes off first movement. Kochman bangs it to third. Betamit has trouble with it, but he spins around and throws him out. 2 down. As we await Jack Hanahan to come to the plate, we'll go back to the Hyundai Studios for an in-game update with Al Pawlowski.
All right, Matt. Rick, let's go to Chicago. White Sox hosting the Twins down 1-0 here in the first inning. Paul Konerko with a couple of runners aboard delivers a 3-run homer to right, his 15th of the year. Chicago on top of the Twins 3-1 there in the second inning on Chicago's south side. Matt?
Thanks, Al. Damon's at second with 2 down for Jack Hanahan. Struck out his last time up. Tommy Hunter deals. Hanahan pops it up. Jones, the center fielder, is there. And we go to the 8th, 2-1 Cleveland.
Telecast is presented by the authority of the Cleveland Indians and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians.
Eighth inning, 2-1 Cleveland. Aaron Cunningham has come on defensively now for Johnny Damon in left field. For Baltimore, Omar Quintanilla, Nick Markakis, and Endy Chavez due up. Quintanilla an RBI double, accounting for Baltimore's only run in this game. It came with 2 outs back in the 5th inning. Other than that one little blip for Masterson where he had 2 outs and 2 strikes on Ryan Flaherty and then hit him and then gave up the double to Quintanilla and walked Markakis on 4 pitches. Outside of that, he has been terrific here tonight. He's had the ground ball working, the double plays defensively. He's had a half dozen strikeouts.
Well, he has. He's been very good tonight, and Manny feels that way because he sends him out there with a 1-run game when you could have gone out there to Pistano to bring him in for the 8th, the way it was set up. I mean, Vinny's up and throwing, but you know, if it's set up in a 1-run game, usually you go to Pistano and Perez, but he feels that Masterson has pitched well enough to go back out there. But look who's getting ready.
Yeah, short leash. If he gets in any kind of trouble at all, he can go to Pistano. Hit to center. Brantley gliding back. He'll run it down, 1 away. It's Miller time, as promised earlier. Brought to you by Miller Lite. Always fun to watch a ground ball pitcher when the defense has got it going on behind him.
Especially a 3-6-3 double play. Now you get a 3-6-1. Almost double play, but it was. And then a 4-6-3. 2 for the price of 1 going on tonight down at Progressive Field.
And in addition to that, back in the 2nd inning when Adam Jones hit the leadoff double, he got a comebacker, and Masterson got Jones hung up between 2nd and 3rd, erasing a potential runner in scoring position. And that ball blistered up the middle by Markakis for a 1-out single.
You're going right back up the middle. Markakis, he'll make an adjustment. That ball down, stays up the middle. Masterson tonight, 9 ground ball outs, 7 fly ball outs, and 6 strikeouts.
Endy Chavez, one of those strikeout victims. Here comes Manny Acta.
I wondered, you can't leave him out there and let him get another guy on. If you're going to go to that bullpen, you got to go where it's at worst it's going to be a tie game or a no decision. He's pitched too well. If he lets another guy in and they score to take a loss, and he just may be going out to talk. It's a direct conversation. Oh, there it was. He made the call. Good job by Masterson tonight. A pat on the back, and he really did pitch well.
Masterson will depart 7 1/3 innings. He's allowed just 1 run here tonight. Vinny Pistano is coming on when we come back. 1 Indians lead. Baltimore has 1 on with 1 out. And Vinny Pistano is coming on for the 43rd time this year. 3 wins, no losses, ERA 1.56. 51 strikeouts in 40 1/3 innings on the year.
Well, it's been a while since it seems like the Indians have had a lead coming into this part of the ball game. He has had 13 inherited runners and has stranded them all. He has 1 at first base. He'll be on to face Chavez and Tomey. Masterson, a nice game. He bounced back nicely after his last start, 7 walks. Came back out tonight, and he's pitched very well against Baltimore. He was 3-0 in his last 3 starts and a chance to go 4-0 in his last 4 starts if they can hold on tonight.
Chavez 0 for 3 on the night. Chops it foul. A little bit outside, 1-1. Slicing out of play. Pistano now 1 strike away from retiring Andy Chavez. Jim Tomey waiting on deck. Way outside. He missed with that one. Left-hander Troy Patton loosening for Baltimore. Two. Hammer down the left field line. Fair ball. Into the corner it goes. Markakis coming around third. Cunningham's throw to Cabrera. And now Markakis stuck between third and home. Santana running him back. Hanahan's got it. They tag him out. Chavez gets to third, but there are 2 down in the inning now.
Boy, Markakis did him a favor. He ran through the stop sign and then he stopped. He should have just kept on going. Cabrera bobbled the ball. He would have been safe. And boy, did the Indians catch a break here. You know, you're thinking scoring on this play. It was a fastball up and out over the plate. He keeps it fair. Now watch as Cunningham gets this ball in. He stopped for whatever reason. You see the third base coach looking at him. And he should have just kept right on going because we didn't see Cabrera drop the ball. He's tagged out. Chavez comes. And say, oh boy, that's a break. That'll go as a double. And then it goes, 7-6.
2-5.
2-5.
Now Jim Tomey with 2 down takes a strike. High and deep and foul. And it's 0-2. Keep it above the belt here. Pistano ready. They want it up high. The 0-2. Tempting, but Tomey able to lay off. That one really took off on him, and it's 2-2.
You know, you don't have to go that high to Tomey because he's not going to swing up at the letters. It's just about above the belt.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's just above that. He's got that slight uppercut. You don't have to be over, exaggerated.
Top of the mask of Santana.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Swung on and missed. The slider got him. Pastano pounds the glove as he gets out of trouble here in the 8th. And the Indians stay on top 2-1. Two-one Indians, bottom of the 8th inning. Tommy Hunter stays on for Baltimore.
And why not? He's pitched well. He deserves to be out there. His one mistake came to this guy with 2 outs back in the 3rd inning. High fastball that Chu was able to get up on top of. Hit it into the right field seats for his 12th home run.
The 0-1 is ripped into right field by Chu. The Indians get their leadoff man aboard here in the 8th.
Chu again is going to get another fastball. I mean, he challenged him and he hits it. That's 2 today that he's been able to beat Tommy Hunter with. So he'll start off this 8th inning, and the Indians looking for an insurance run.
As Drupal Cabrera, 1 for 3 on the night. Cabrera struck out his last time up. The pitch, and Cabrera sends one high and foul out of play. Right back to the screen. It's 0-2. That's a question that constantly comes up from fans. You know, a situation like this, leadoff man aboard late in the game, you're leading by a run. What about a bunt, a sacrifice? Manny Acta was asked about that today, and he just flat said, look, I just don't believe in giving up outs. It's just my personal philosophy. And he said he just doesn't think they have the kind of offense that lends itself to being able to give up an out. He said in his words, if you look at the teams who are up there and sacrifice bunts, it's usually the teams that can afford to give up outs, like Texas, where he said they've got 5, 6, 7 guys who can hurt you in their lineup.
Well, the Indians are by far, as far
They're
as
last, aren't they, in sacrifice
they've
bunts?
only had 7.
Yeah.
The next closest is the Yankees with 11. And then there's 16, and most of them have right around 20 and above that. So, and you're not going to do it with your good hitters here in the top part of the lineup, but I could certainly see doing it with the bottom part at times.
In the dirt. Hunter just over 90 pitches on the night. And the 2-2 right back to him. Hits him, goes toward third. Everybody's safe. So an infield single by Cabrera has the Indians set up here in the 8th inning now, with 2 on and nobody out.
Well, there's a ball. If he catches it, he probably can turn a double play. It goes off his leg. He does not. Buck Showalter coming to the mound, and Tommy Hunter has seen the last of this ball game. Watch on his sideways when he's trying to get his glove back. He got it caught on his leg trying to reach back. The ball hits him in the thigh, kicks out front, goes as an infield single. Break for the Indians, so they start with back-to-back singles here in the bottom half of the 8th.
We've got a timeout. Left-hander Troy Patton is coming on. It's a 2-1 Indians lead. They've got 2 on with nobody out. And Jason Kipnis will be coming to the plate. Left-hander Troy Patton, for the 40th time this year, will be pitching for Baltimore. 37 strikeouts and 42 innings of work.
Yeah, Baltimore trying to keep them from adding that insurance run, and that's always a big run if you could add one more. At least one more. Especially the way the Indians have been going, it would certainly help. Couple of breaks in the last inning with the Orioles. Markakis stops coming around third. They get him out. They don't score. And then they have a chance to come right back and score. Certainly would help.
Kipnis squares. He bunts. Beautiful bunt. Everybody's safe. Betemit retreated. He went to the bag because he thought Patton was going to jump off the mound and make a play at third. But that ball perfectly placed down the line. Patton had no chance.
Well, there's you go. You try and give up and out, and you get a hit. The sixth bunt hit for Kipnis this year. Right down the third baseline, and that's one where, look at, that's where Betemit's got to come in and get that ball. That's a bad read on his part. That left-handed pitcher's not going to go that far to get it out. He's got to come in, take the out at first base, and be a job well done. Well, he doesn't read it right. He lays back. It goes as an infield single. Now they have the bases loaded, nobody out, and don't think it.
Fundamentally, he does everything
yeah,
so
he
well.
Does.
That's his sixth bunt hit. That's tied for third in the league.
He's an all-around ball player. He can do it all.
Loaded, nobody out, infield in. Brantley looks at a ball outside. You think I was going to say squeeze now? Is that where you're looking at me?
No. I was thinking you were going to say bases loaded, nobody out. They got us right where they want us.
No. You had to bring that negative vibe.
No, I didn't. I did not. This can open it up right here.
Brantley takes a strike. It's 1-1. Three for 8 with the bases loaded. He's had success because he's one guy who really never changes. The heartbeat never gets amped up for Brantley. He stays very calm, and he base hit into left field. Chu scores. Everybody else stops. It's 3-1 Cleveland. Brantley with RBI number 46 on the year.
Well, this right here should be something that'll let him relax. Look at Brantley. He's happy about it. He put a nice swing on the ball. He took a base hit, didn't get greedy.
Right, exactly.
You know, that's what you do when you get in situations like this. Just take what they give you. Don't try and be a hero. Take the base hit. They're trying to cut it off at home plate. Here you go. See, they're playing it. There's a little single. There's a run scored. Santana now with an opportunity to do the same thing. They add on. It's a 3-1 game. And this should make a few of these guys relax. I wouldn't be surprised to see him score 4 or 5 in this inning.
Santana 1 for 3 with a double. Looks at a ball inside. Carlos, 5 hits in the series, 4 of them extra bases. Takes
there
again, it's
go.
2-0.
Pressure's on him.
Darren O'Day, right-hander. Up and ready for Baltimore. There's not a right-handed hitter until you get to Damon, who follows Hafner. Because that's where Cunningham bats now after he came on for Damon. 2 balls and a strike. Slowly chopped towards short. Quintanilla comes home. They get the out there.
Yeah, you just get the force out.
Base is still loaded, 1 out. Our box score brought to you by your Northern Ohio Hyundai dealers, who invite you to see the all-new 2012 Sonata. Visit NorthernOhioHyundaiDealers.com today. Chu, Cabrera, Kipnis all with a couple of hits each. Brantley and Santana with a base hit. And now Travis Hafner coming to the plate, 0 for 3 on the night, but he can inflict some serious damage here. 0 for 3 on the night. Up and in, ball 1. Kipnis at third, Brantley at second, Santana at first. Hafner checks, it's low. He did not go, and it's 2-0. White Sox have opened up a 7-2 lead over the Twins in Chicago. Tigers are off. They're probably here resting at their hotel awaiting a 3-game series with the Indians that starts tomorrow night. Hafner awaits the 2-0. Missed inside. 3 balls, no strikes. And Patton's got nowhere to put him.
Now this is where you say go ahead and you have the green light. If you like the fastball he's going to throw here, get after it and put a swing on it. Make it in your zone and in your spot and let it fly.
Takes all the way. It's 3-1. Way out in front and a full count. Now that's why I mentioned it the other day. That's why Manny Acta has told his guys, look, you get 3-0. If you like to pitch, swing it, because that's when you're getting your fastballs. 3-1, they're getting a lot of changeups and off-speed
That's what
pitches.
he got. He got the fastball 3-0 and the slider 3-1. He took the fastball and he swung at the slider.
And the payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. 2 down. Now Buck Showalter's going to make a move to the bullpen. Patton ran it up above the belt. And he gets the strikeout. So he'll exit with the bases loaded and 2 down, as Buck Showalter will bring on the right-hander. 3-1 Cleveland in the 8th. Three-one, Tribe on top, bases loaded, 2 down. In the top half of the 8th inning, Baltimore had a chance to tie the game on this double into the right field corner. Nick Markakis came around third, and for whatever reason, he stopped. And the Indians were able to run him down and get a huge out. That was the 2nd out in the inning, and they got out of it without giving up the lead. Indians, meanwhile, come back, and Michael Brantley delivers a bases-loaded RBI single to give them the all-important insurance run. Highlight reel brought to you by your Northeast Ohio Ford dealers. And, of course, that was all set up by a Jason Kipnis bunt, where he bunted it down the third baseline to load the bases up.
Well, they at least got the one in. They had opportunities when you have Santana and Hafner coming up to follow after they have one run in to do it, and they couldn't do it. A ground ball to the shortstop. They get the force out at the plate. Hafner strikes out with the bases loaded. Now they go to the bullpen, bring in O'Day to face Cunningham, who came on in place of Johnny Damon.
And Aaron Cunningham with the bases loaded and 2 down. Takes a strike. Cunningham 7 hits in his last 56 at bats. In the air to right, blooped down the line, it goes foul. Two strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. O'Day, the side armor deals, and Cunningham looks at a ball outside. Cunningham trying to break it open here in the 8th. O'Day with a 1-2 way outside. Jason Kipnis takes his lead in foul ground at third. Michael Brantley off at second with Santana down at first. Outfield around toward right for Cunningham. And the 2-2. And a foul back. O'Day trying to keep Baltimore within striking distance. The 2-2 is popped up. Out goes Quintanilla, and the shortstop makes the catch. Indians leave them loaded, but they pick up another run, and we'll go to the 9th, 3-1 Indians. Yeah, she got herself a game ball. Like it. 3-1 in favor of the Indians. Chris Perez looking for save number 27.
Well, it's been a while. CP's got an opportunity now to get number 27. He's going to have to go through Jones, Wieters, Benamit. With a 2-run lead, they were able to get one in the 8th.
Adam Jones, 2 for 3. He doubled in the 2nd, singled in the 6th. And a fastball in there for strike 1. And it's strike 2. Fastball followed up with the slider. And it's fouled right back. Rumors this time of year are commonplace in baseball for every player. No surprise to see Chris Perez's name mentioned by Ken Rosenthal of Fox Sports, who reported that the Giants, the San Francisco Giants, are interested in Chris Perez. Their closer, Brian Wilson, blew out, I think, 4 or 5 games into the season. Jammed him, and he pops it right back to Perez for out number 1. But there are a lot of teams who are probably interested in Chris Perez, but that doesn't mean anything.
Well, no, it's because the Giants are in there. He really ran that fastball in. I mean, it was a pop up to the pitcher. That was deep in the kitchen. No, the Giants, you're right. They could use a closer, and they figure, okay, the Giants are at first. They're going to use one. The Indians are struggling now. They may be sellers, so we can say Perez to the Giants.
And again, that's the way this next week is going to go. It's going to up and down every day.
What do the Giants have that the Indians could use? Is what you have to think about.
Matt Wieters takes a strike. Rough night for the Orioles catcher. Punched out in the 2nd, and then double play balls in each of his next 2 ABs. The 1-1. Out of play. Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care postgame show comes your way after the ball game. Talk with one of the stars of the game. Look back at this one. Get you set up for the big series between Cleveland and Detroit, which starts tomorrow night on Sports Time Ohio at 7 o'clock.
Yes,
Wieters goes too far, and there are 2 down in the 9th.
Yeah, there he is with that slider. When that's working, it's an awfully tough pitch. Wieters, they don't see enough of him. Couldn't hold up. He goes around. Perez now looking for the 3rd out and his 27th save.
Wow, a great pitch. Didn't get the call. And a fastball in there for strike 1 to even the count. And it's strike 2, 1-2 the count. Time called as Larry Vanover came out from behind the plate. Trying to wrap the slider around the backside of the plate, couldn't do it. 2-2.
It was a teaser. It was about a foot outside.
2-2 pitch. Pop back. Now Perez ready with the 2-2. And it's a little bit outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Going to see a fastball away. That one's sinking away, not the breaking ball.
Fisted foul, out of play. Betamit stays alive. Chris Perez takes a long look into Carlos Santana. He's ready now. The 3-2 pitch. Again fouled away. Well, Betamit hanging in there.
Well, he's got to go in there and pepper strikes, man. I mean, you can't walk him. Then you bring the tying run to the plate, so you go in there, you throw, and make him hit his way on. Even if he hits it out, you're still up a run.
And the payoff pitch hit deep to right, down the line, and just foul.
Yeah, you're going to get a good look at this. That down and in is his nitro zone. And it certainly had the distance, but you can see it hooks foul.
A 10-pitch at bat. Perez and Betamit. Three-two. Fouled away.
I give him credit. He's battling, boy. He's not going down easy, and Perez is just pounding. He's peppering it with strikes. Going right at him with the fastball.
The 11th pitch of the at-bat coming up right here from Chris Perez to Wilson Betamit. And it's grounded foul. We'll need at least a dozen to settle this battle. Perez takes aim. He fires. And Betamit, a grounder right at Kipnis. That ends the game. That ends the slide. The Indians are back in the win column with a 3-1 win. Chris Perez nails down his 27th save of the year, and Justin Masterson gets his 7th win. He's now 7-8. Tommy Hunter, the hard luck loser for Baltimore, he drops to 4-5. The win gets the Indians back to 500 at 48-48. Baltimore drops to 51-45 on the year. Our key play of the game brought to you by KeyBank.
Well, this was a big play in the 8th inning. Man on first base, and you're going to get Chavez hitting a ball down into the corner, and it's going to go for a double. Markakis looks like he's going to score, and all of a sudden stops. And then Cabrera dropped the ball. He picked it back up, and after Markakis stopped, they get him in the rundown. They tag him out. That would have been a tie ball game right there at 2-2. For some reason, he stopped. And, boy, that was the difference in the game. The Indians were able to come back and add one on. So that was a huge play in this ball game.
Play of the game brought to you by KeyBank. Earn double rewards points during the KeyBank Summer of Rewards. Time of the game tonight, 2 hours and 26 minutes. The attendance, 18,264. Time now to go down on the field. Here's Katie Witham. She's standing by with Shin-Soo Choo.
Well, Chu, you put the Indians on the board in the 3rd inning. 2-run home run. It was your 12th home run of the season. What pitch were you looking for, and what did you get?
Hunter, he's like pretty aggressive pitcher. You know, he throw hard. You know, he throw off speed, but he's pretty aggressive pitcher. So I'll just see the ball a little bit front, and then he throw a lot of cutter, runner on base. So I just, you know, just try hit, you know, hard as I can. You know, but I think could happen coming tonight.
The offense as a whole, much better tonight after a rough couple of days. What was the offensive approach coming into this game?
Well, you know, I think last couple of games we faced a lot of good top of pitchers we saw. So, you know, you have the top of pitchers, you can do anything. But tonight, I think Bruce told like every hitters, you know, I think sit like looking one spot, not try to cover whole plate, just see one spot, you know, just try aggressive. You know.
Quite possibly the play of the game was in the top of the 8th inning, the rundown with Markakis. From your advantage point out there in right field, what went down on that play?
Well, I think Markakis, I think key play tonight. You know, Cunningham, you know, grab the ball as soon as possible, throw the cotton man, and then, you know, Markakis, I think just aggressive. You know, base runner, you know, but just happened, I think.
Congratulations on the win. Appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Guys, send it back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Katie. The Indians get the win 3-1. And we're back with the Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care postgame show coming up next.